Shalom. I am Rabbi Nathan Davidovich speaking to you on behalf of the webyeshiva.org, speaking to you from Efrat, Israel. I'm going to talk about one very interesting occurrence in the Torah reading of Parsha Balak. And this is the Torah reading where the king of Moab feels that the Jewish people are going to attack him, take over his land, drive him from the land, and therefore, knowing that he's not able to physically overcome the Jewish people because God is on their side, always comes to their aid, he thinks that, well, if I enlist the aid of this wicked prophet, Balaam, to curse them, that will accomplish what I want to accomplish. So he sends messengers from Moab, the country, to Balaam to ask him to curse the Jewish people. And of course, God is not too happy with that and tells Balaam, you will not curse them, don't go with them, do only what I tell you to do. Well, the next morning, Balaam saddles his donkey and sets out with the messengers of Moab to go see the king of Moab, the king Balak. And on the way, the donkey of Balaam first wanders off into the field, goes off the path. Balaam beats the donkey to get him back on the path. Then the donkey goes through a narrow passageway and crushes Balaam's leg against the wall. And finally, and again Balaam beats the donkey, and finally the donkey just sits down and refuses to move. And Balaam beats the donkey again. Why was the donkey doing this? Because unseen by Balaam, but the donkey saw or sensed an angel with a fiery sword in front of it and knew that it couldn't go forward, it would be killed, and Balaam would be killed. So what happens? The Torah is very interesting. It says, Vayiftach Hashem et pi ha'ason. God opened up the mouth of the donkey. V'tomer Balaam, and he said, and the donkey said to Balaam, what have I done to you that you've beaten me these 3 times? Well, that's kind of a unique thing. You don't normally expect a donkey to start speaking to you. So instead of marveling at this, Balaam is so angry. He says, if I would have had a sword in my hand, I would kill you. Which is an interesting thing, because Balaam is supposed to be this great prophet who's going to be able to curse and destroy the Jewish people, God forbid, with his words. He needs a sword to kill a donkey, not his words. But there's a very important lesson that we learn from this. We see that Balaam was so overcome with rage and anger that he didn't see what's in front of him. He didn't see the fact that God was doing an amazing thing, making a donkey talk, and instead he got angry. The lesson we learn from this, and I want to just spend a few moments on that, is the importance of controlling our anger. The Talmud tells us, Misha koes ki'ilu avod zora. Somebody who gets angry is like somebody who is worshiping idols. When you're worshiping an idol, you're saying that everything that happens comes from that idol. You have no thoughts of your own. Anger blinds you to reality. Anger blinded Balaam to reality and blinds any of us when we have anger, we get into a rage. The Talmud has many different statements about anger. So somebody who's angry, all the gates of purgatory open up to him, are open before him. So he's going to get punished. His family's going to get punished. The anger doesn't only stay with you, but it affects those around you. Anger blinds you to what is really going on. You know, we have in the Shemona Esrei, the tefillah that we say 3 times a day, it ends with the words of Oseh Shalom b'Mromav, God makes peace above. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, He should make peace to us. V'al Kol Yisrael Amen, to all of Israel. And we take 3 steps back when we say that. So I like to say that when you're about to be angry at somebody for something, don't let your anger control you. Take 3 steps back. Take a few moments to think about, do I really want to become angry? Is it worth losing my ability to control myself if I get angry? There's an interesting story about the Rabbi of Vishnitz. His people were preparing matzahs for the Seder. And we know that with matzah, the preparation is a very tedious, careful thing. You have to knead the matzah, knead the dough, and it all has to be done very quickly so that there's no chametz, unleavened item that falls in the matzah. And one day, the Vishnitz Rebbe looks at his people who are making the matzah, and the supervisor yells at somebody. And the rabbi says to him, "What are you doing? What are you yelling at another Jew for? How could you do that? Why are you so angry?" He says, "Rabbi, you know that the slightest amount of chametz, of unleavening that falls into a matzah will nullify the whole batch. We won't be able to use it." The rabbi said, "Don't you know that the smallest amount of rage nullifies you as a human being? The smallest amount of rage changes you from who you were to something that you don't want to be." And this is why when people get angry, they lose total control of who they are and who they were. They become a different person. So I think this message of Balaam, there's many messages from this. Anger is only one. The fact that the donkey is talking should teach us that the power of speech only comes from God. It says God opened up the mouth of the donkey. The power of speech comes from God, not from anything we do. So we have to treat that power of speech properly and not use it for anger or to talk negatively, lashon hara, about other people. We say in the Shemona Esrei, before we begin the Shemona Esrei, Hashem sefatai tiftach ufi yagiti l'sach. God, open up my lips and I will say your praises. Speech is a way of demonstrating your emunah in God. By using your speech properly, by not getting angry, by controlling what you say, by being aware of the effect of your speech on others as well as yourself, that's how you can demonstrate your faith in God. Don't let the anger blind you like it did Balaam. I think that's a very important lesson for all of us. We see in the world lots of things happening because of anger, whether they're violent acts that we seem to be seeing on a daily basis throughout the world, or whether they're just it causes strife in a marital situation, in a family situation. If we would take those 3 steps back and pause before we get angry, and not think that we're so important that we have to get angry. You have to show anger to show how important we are. let's be patient, let's be calm, let's not be angry. Thank you for listening on behalf of the webyeshiva.org. I wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom.